Hey everyone, Dave here with Alaskan Homesteading. Remember yesterday I mentioned the battery was dead in my side-by-side? Well, today we're going to fix that problem, hopefully. I'm going to go and figure out how to remove it, and I'm going to bring you along with me and see if we can figure this out together. So the battery in these things is underneath the driver's seat. Pretty easy to access. There's a little lever, pull that up, and the seat comes out. So we'll just set you down over here and you can watch what I'm doing. Seat comes out nice and easy. And now there's an array of wires, and under here this top piece is actually a winch control solenoid, and then there's the ECU, the brain for the ATV, and then wiring harnesses. Fortunately, this just sort of slides up out of the way. And then we're left with the battery, which I need to look down in here and figure out how to release this battery from its captivity in this little compartment under the seat. I think it's bolted in somehow, and I don't know how. So I'm going to have to get in there and look at it really closely. Because if I can't remove the battery, I can't very well replace it, can I? I do not see how this thing is mounted in here. It's definitely firmly mounted because I can't lift it up with my hand. Well, let's see. Is there anything underneath? Some kind of a heat sink for something. I don't really see what that's for. Alright, well, I'm going to set the camera aside here for a minute and see if I can find a flashlight. Turns out I was wrong. There is nothing holding this battery in place. All I have to do is unscrew the cables from the terminals and lift it straight up out of this well that it's sitting in. This should be pretty easy. Well, would you look at that? Just like that, I was able to remove it. This has got a Napa AGM battery in it. Boy, I wonder how old this thing is. Because this battery does not seem to hold a charge. Even though I have this thing plugged into a charger all the time. Let's look at more details. ETX30L, 400 cold cranking amps. No clues about the age on here. It's not on the top. Anything on the side? A little QR code. Wonder if that could be a clue about anything. Oh, there we go. July of 2018. Well, that only means it's 4 years old, but if this thing's been abused, maybe that's the problem. All right, well, off to Napa I go. I guess I'll have to go see if I can source another one of these. Fortunately, there's a Napa about 10 minutes from the house. Let's go see. All right, well, I'm back from my friendly local Napa store. They happen to have the correct battery in stock. So I'm going to go ahead and install it and show you the process. Well, here's the brand new battery in its box. 160 bucks for this thing. Nice and fresh. The first thing I had to do, though, was uninstall the old charger because I don't think it was a suitable charger for an AGM battery. And what I happen to have on hand as a replacement is this nice little compact NOCO Genius. I think it'll do the job just fine, and I'm going to install it right here behind the seat. The other one was installed underneath, exposed to all kinds of mud and nonsense, and I didn't really like where it was. So I'm going to put this one in here, and that way it'll be a little more protected from the elements, and I can plug it in when I need to. nice snug fit in there. And we've got our negative leads on this side and our positive leads on this side. Very easy. And this guy just gets strapped in here. Nice convenient little mount. Velcro strap makes that removable should the need arise. Don't think the need will arise, but you never know. And feed those wires down underneath. Positive lead over there, negative lead over here. Little screws. Sorry you can't see most of what I'm doing since this little wiring assembly is in the way. Not much I can do about that. Alright. So just show you what we've got going on here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Bob's your uncle. Doesn't really get any simpler than that. This little guy should be covering that. This is a little test terminal that lets you look at diagnostic codes on the engine. Which I think I'm probably going to have a diagnostic code on the engine after this, because whenever it loses power, it stores a code. This I'm going to have to find a way to keep secure. So that it is not getting messed up. In the meantime, though, tuck it next to the seat. Just double check that the seat installs cleanly. Yep, no problem. And that is out of the way. And now I can pull this up and plug it into power. Take a look at the charger status with it plugged in. Let's see, what do we have? A slowly pulsing red. All right. Let's find out what that means. So we have here the instructions. The NOCO Genius 2D. Pulsing red. The red charge LED will slowly pulse on and off when the battery is less than 75% fully charged. Okay. Well, I guess that means the battery came from the store with a slightly less than full charge. Well, quite a bit less than full, 75%. Okay. Well, simple enough. We'll wait a little bit. Well, I decided I didn't want to wait. I'm going to go ahead and try and start this. sounds better than it ever did with the old battery. Of course, with the engine running, it shows green. I guess there's high voltage from the stator. Well, even after you turn it off, it stays green. What if I unplug this from 120 and plug it back in? What will it think then? That's interesting. It goes back to that pulsing red state. Well, either way, the engine starts much more easily, and this is a much cleaner install and a better, more modern charger. So I'm going to call this a success. All right, well, that's one minor repair done for the day. Got the new battery installed along with the new charger. I hope that if you watched this, you found it informative and useful. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you didn't, leave a comment and we'll talk about it. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.